Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I realized after reading some comments that I may need to do a video on terminology. And the beautiful thing about all of this is stuff's known different colloquially and all this kind of stuff, but bottom line is everybody calls stuff different. A lot of time they have different names for something. Like I've heard embers being called a coal. I know people that refer to it as a spark, even though that it's not a spark. And that's fine. Everybody can call things what they wish. Like a flimbob or a majotis or things like that. I'm notorious for saying stuff like that. And that's cool, like I said. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that when I do a video and I'm talking about a kit is not my entire kit. So my gear is a combination of kits. And like this is the knife of the month sheath. I just put a 90-degree spine on it. That's what's right up here. The Ripper, pretty cool. But I've made this sheath kit for it, and it's just going to have some miscellaneous gizmos in it. This is the sheath kit that I swapped around a bunch, but I just couldn't, given the size of the knife, I couldn't make it work this time, so I just made a different one. Pretty nice. I've been wanting to use one of those anyway. This is my neck kit I carry, and most of the time I carry these at the same time. Well, if I'm going out, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm just doing something where I'm bouncing around for a few hours or half a day or whatever, I'll take a haversack a lot of times, or just a few specific things. I'll take just a small kit. Most of the time it's not a emergency kit. There's 128 acres in my backyard, so I can walk past 3 creeks and a waterfall and go from pines to hardwoods to giant huckleberry patches to big rocks and then walk home in a few minutes. Or if I were to get injured out there, I would use my cell phone and call my wife and tell them to call the ambulance to come and get me. There's 6 miles of horse trails out there. So, but that is that's part of my plan. And everybody should have a different plan that suits them. But if I say, all right, I'm going out and I'm taking this kit, it's going to be on my belt. This kit is going to be around my neck. And if it was something that I was going to do multiple days, this would be on my back. And it's multiple kits just in itself. I mean, there's cooking and first aid, and there's just basic stuff in here. And then it breaks down even further inside. There's miscellaneous things in here depending on what I'm doing. Shelters and such. This is a water kit for me. Like I would call this a water purification kit. And that's just me calling stuff kits, you know. Maybe I'm not saying the right thing, but I don't want to get you guys confused where it looks like, and I'm just trying to be transparent, that it looks like I go out in the woods with just my kit. And sometimes I do if I'm goofing. I mean, that's the other beautiful thing about this is we're adults. And most of us are grown-ass men and act like it. So we can do whatever we want to. And I just don't want to mislead people. And where you think if I'm only going out with, you know, this is my kit, or I only go out with a survival kit and no water bottle or anything like that. When in fact I have a water bottle kit that I'll take. And I don't want to confuse people. So I'm sorry if I come across as misleading, or you didn't understand. That's okay too. But I want to make sure that people know that most of the time I carry more than just a little kit. This is an extra kit on top of all of my stuff. That's my jam right there. It's a Hill People Gear Terrahumara with a Tough Possum extra pouch and a sit pad. I mean, this is a Pathfinder, or not a Pathfinder. It's a Tent Smith oilskin watchman's coat is what that is. And I think there's a haversack folded up in the middle of it. I can't remember. I hadn't had to use it very often. I try not to go out if it's gonna rain. But kits on kits. So I didn't want to confuse folks when I'm talking about a survival kit. The survival kit is not the only thing that I'm taking. It's a tiny kit that lives in amongst a bunch of other things, like having a fire kit or flint and steel kit. That's not the entire kit. So I just wanted to clarify that so we could all be on the same page. That if I'm talking about kits, it's not everything. And I think part of that, it depends on where you live. I think it's possible in Europe and Great Britain and stuff like that. They refer to their kit. They'll say, yeah, my kit. But I've also heard them say it's a great piece of kit. So I don't know. I don't want my wordage to get confusing. So now, kits. The rest of my stuff. And I have a bunch of these backpacks that I'm going to go through and talk about the kits in them. So I've got 7,000 posts on Instagram where I've talked about this stuff a bunch. So a lot of I don't guess a lot of the same people aren't following on both things, and it's tough sometimes when I'll be talking about something and how things go, and in reality, where I've posted 100 pictures of it and described it 100 times, some people have never seen it. It's just how it is. It's the internet. So, but anyway, I appreciate the support. Thanks for letting me share my kits with you guys. And once I get a few more things up and some more kits shared, I will be breaking down these backpacks, which are just essentially packs of kits. But anyway, y'all be watching for this. Knife of the month. I've got to build this kit on here, but it's pretty straightforward. Gonna have the same stuff, all fat wood, ferro rod. But this time I did a ferro rod that's built into a knife and a saw. So I was able to put all that stuff in on the same piece. But that thing is a kit in itself, or what I would refer to as a kit. But I'm sorry, I'm just giving y'all a hard time about kits. Seriously though, if there's ever any questions or stuff that you guys are curious about, just drop them in the comments. I'll answer them. It may take me a little while. Remember, there was one dude that was like super mad because I didn't answer my comments from something I did like 6 months ago. And he was real mad, but he got over it a bit. Anywho, feel free to ask. Y'all have a great Friday and a great weekend. And I'll see y'all next time. Later.